Spotify give Barcelona 70 million euros a year for their sponsorship deal, and it's obvious to see why. Global fan base, a history of excellence on the pitch, and an iconic stadium. However, during the negotiations, Spotify understood that Barcelona only have 1% of their fan base registered with the club. They were disappointed by this, and as a result, paid them less than what they could have. Why on earth was this important, and who cares about how many fans are registered with your club? Well, that's today's reality. If your sports team is not optimized with tech, you make less money. If you make less money, you can't sign as many good players, and if you don't sign as many good players, you don't win games. I'm Jordan, and today I'm going to break down why sports teams and sports leagues must operate like tech companies or risk falling behind. We're going to see some good examples, but it's better to start with some examples where it hasn't worked so well. If you're watching this man will be no stranger to you. Bernie Ecclestone, the ex-CEO of Formula One. In a famous interview in 2014, he said the following. Wait for it. I don't know why people want to get the so-called young generation. There's no point in trying to reach the kids because they won't buy any of the products that we have here. And if marketers are trying to aim for this audience, they might as well advertise with Disney. It's not finished. I'm not interested in tweeting or Facebook or whatever this nonsense is. I tried to find out, but in any case, I'm too old-fashioned. I couldn't see any value in it. That is a man who had a misaligned idea of his customer base. The crazy thing is he sold Formula One 3 years later for $8 billion. Shout out to Bernie. He's a very successful and wealthy man. However, Liberty Media got straight to work. They've done many things, but some of the notable ones are as follows. They launched a full-scale digital assault. Highlights of races, sprint races, and free practice sessions are uploaded on YouTube less than an hour after they're completed. They embraced tweeting, Facebook, whatever that nonsense is, by allowing drivers to post themselves and promote themselves on social media, which is something Bernie did not allow. They also launched F1 TV, an amazing digital streaming service where fans can watch live races and get far more behind the scenes content. Whilst we're on the topic of streaming as well, need I say any more? The results spoke for themselves. 500,000 subscribers to F1 TV in 6 months, 1 million subscribers to F1 TV in 2 years with an 80% retention rate. That added a significant amount of money to the bottom line. On top of that, the enterprise value of Formula One is now reportedly worth $18.6 billion. Remember what they bought it for 7 years ago? This tech-first approach is nothing about on the track. It's not about getting new teams or new drivers. It's behind the scenes in the digital tech world, which has made a significant difference to Formula One, the enterprise value of the organization, and the enterprise value of the teams. The drivers have benefited. They get paid way more than they used to. The fans have benefited from having way more access. And the business is much bigger, far more global. They worked with Nielsen closely to achieve this, and the first thing they try to do is understand who their ideal customer base is. That is something that Barcelona didn't do very well. Again, I have to repeat, Spotify gave Barcelona a lot of money. The deal was reportedly 280 million euros over 4 years. However, Barcelona boasts to have 350 million fans around the world. Spotify realized that only 3 million of them were registered. I'm a Man United fan, as you can see. I'm registered with Man United. They send me emails all the time. New kit releases, access to tickets, and some behind the scenes content about my favorite players, and any activations and events that are happening in my local area of London. Spotify aligned with Barcelona because they want access to Barcelona's fan base, Barcelona's heritage. But Spotify want Barcelona fans to become Spotify customers. But if they don't know who the fans are, then how are they going to do that effectively? Can you claim to have 350 million global fans when you have little grasp on who they all are? What age? What gender? Where do they live? Who are their favorite players? Performance on the pitch is key. We all know this. But today, performance off the pitch is just, if not more important. Barcelona got a great deal from Spotify, but just imagine how much bigger it could have been had they been more tapped into their customer base. I work in tech. It's important for my team to know who our ICP is. Once we know who that is, we craft a message and a product experience for that customer or that company. We use a raft of tech tools to enable us to do that. For sports teams, companies like Scoreplay really help. Scoreplay have a tech platform which makes it very easy to produce clips for social media. Think goals, fashion clips, emotional fans, clipped up, posted to social media, and analyzed instantly. If you go on their website, you'll start to see some very familiar customers already. West Ham, Notts Forest, Wolves. You'll also see Inter Miami, Angel City, Sacramento Kings. If you look closely, you'll also see the Swiss Football League too. These teams are already using the platform. They get it. It doesn't surprise me to know that they raised some money and their seed round was led by Alexis Ohanian, the former CEO and founder of Reddit. That company has also sought investment from other famous athletes, Kevin Durant being one, Rafa Varane being another, Dominic Thiem too. They help companies embrace social. Sports leagues and sports teams who embrace social well attract better sponsors. Better sponsors gives you more money. More money allows for more on-the-pitch success. Better Social helps teams sell merch too, which is exactly what Fourthwall do. Fourthwall make it very easy for creators to sell merchandise to their fans. Imagine you're a sports team and every single one of your merch transactions went through one platform, and as owners or players, you could send a personalized message to every single person who ordered through your store. The engagement, the fan interaction, the bond between sports team and fan would go through the roof. The Fourthwall website is very targeted towards creators like Marquez, for example, another tech-focused individual. But if you look closely, you'll see a sports team. That is LA Golf Club. LA Golf Club is, again, owned by Alexis Ohanian, former CEO of Reddit. He's now a very famous venture capital investor, and he gets it. He understands the future of sports tech. He is an investor in Angel City, the women's football club in America, and also owns the LA Golf Club, which is a golf team in Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy's new golf league starting in January 2025. He also happens to be married to Serena Williams. Fourthwall raised $17 million in November of 2021, and they're massively growing their sports presence. A very popular video I did on this channel was around Wrexham. During that video, I said the following: Wrexham sell a lot of shirts, and that's because they have a truly global fan base. Can you imagine if you bought a Wrexham kit, and when you did, you got a video from Rob or Ryan or both, and they said, "Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate you buying the shirt. Love to see you at a Wrexham game soon." Just what an experience that would be. Fourthwall allows you to do that. So you've got your social sorted, you've got your merch sorted. Now the fan experience. One company that I can't ignore in the UK is Seat Unique. They're a British tech company, and they've got a marketplace which makes it very easy to get hospitality and VIP experiences for sports teams and sports events. If you go on their website, it just looks like a bit of a marketplace, but it's more than that. It's the best place for fans to get better experiences, but it's the best place for teams to maximize the revenue they get from hospitality and VIP experiences, which is usually one of their highest ticket offerings. They've raised £12 million over 2 funding rounds, but what's interesting is that their most recent round had investment from the Players Fund. The Players Fund is a fund put together by some of our favourite sports people. Ben Stokes, Stuart Broad, Chris Smalling, Jofra Archer. They pulled some resources, created a fund, and have started investing in some innovative sports tech companies. Love to see athletes banding together. Love to see investment in the tech scene. They've made 2 investments so far, and Seat Unique is one of them. Again, if you go on their website, you will already see some alignment with some companies. Tottenham Hotspur, Jacksonville Jaguars, Newcastle Falcons, Yorkshire Cricket Club, Harlequins. These clubs, whether football, NFL, rugby, recognize the importance of matchday revenue and have aligned with a tech platform which helps them maximize this. I love the Seat Unique business. Shout out to them. But more importantly, I love the fact that sports institutions are aligning themselves with companies like this. The point I'm making here is a simple one. On the pitch performance is not enough anymore. Sports teams and sports institutions need to embrace tech, otherwise they will fall behind. They need to think differently off the pitch to maximize their on the pitch success. And if clubs do not start taking notice of the software revolution that is happening right before our eyes, they will wither away. I write about sports startups in my newsletter all the time. If you like that kind of thing, please subscribe below. Otherwise, click here to see more athletes embracing sporting innovation.